Hey, I'm Marc Stevens, author of Government Indicted and Adventures in Legal Land. The website, of course, is marcstevens.net. And the radio show, The No State Project, is on LRN.FM every Saturday from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time, 4 to 7 Eastern Standard, 1 to 4 Pacific Time if you're on the West Coast, and Sunday morning if you are in Australia. So good night, mate, and I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Now, I don't normally do this with a call to shame, but I felt that this one was just great. It was just one of those things that was completely unexpected. I got a call from a CRA agent today. I guess it's in my notes. It's Thursday, February 13th, and I was a little surprised that she used the V word with me. It's very rare. I don't remember too many of these calls where they've actually used the word voluntary. And I was just having one of those days where I wouldn't let her go. I even tell her on the call, I'm not going to let her get away with it. I want an answer to the question. Of course, she doesn't do it, but she actually claims that the tax system in Canada is voluntary. So, of course, I'm going to call her on that. But I get her to confirm first. So I actually wrote it down that it was voluntary. Whoa. That. My BS meter just went nuts. And so I had to call her on that, of course, because it is BS. If it's done under threat of jail, it's not voluntary. And you'll notice that we get a really long pause here. And generally when you ask somebody a question, at least a tax agent, they're not really deep in thought. Not a normal thought process anyway. It's not that they're not looking at the facts. They're just thinking of a way, so I have no idea what to say to answer this question. Oh, I know, I'll dodge. I'll kick the can, I'll make some excuse, and you'll hear that's exactly what she does. She refuses to answer the question. And she even tells me point blank she's not going to answer the question. And you can't blame her. When you say something as stupid as and is inconsistent with reality, that taxation is voluntary in any way, you can't really support that with any kind of logic because it's an invalid premise on it. It requires almost no demonstration. So I then also get into the issue of evidence proving that the Constitution, laws, and their policies apply because she tries to go down that road and say something about the policy. I don't care about your policy. You don't have any evidence. Plus, it's a separate issue here. She tries to say she's not in the right department. You're the one who said it was voluntary. You're the one trying to push me away from the actual evidence and try to get me to focus on your ridiculous laws, your policy. And I just want to know how you can claim that something that's done under threat of jail is actually voluntary. But it's just more BS. And as I mentioned in the article, she's just not as good a liar or a spin doctor as someone like Harry Reid. I mean, Harry Reid's a professional liar. So he's going to do a lot better of a job, even though it was painful to watch him lie his butt off with the Jan Helfeld video that I linked in the article. And it's not a very long audio. I got the meat of it in there. It would have taken a bit of editing to really get it ready, but this way I get it posted today. But if you got any questions or concerns, marcstevens.net, we'll have it on the forum, and you can also call into the radio show. You can hear it at marcstevens.net and also lrn.fm, and you can feel free to call or you can email me at marcstevens@mail.com. So if you believe that I was wrong in some way or I was asking a stupid question, be more than welcome to call and present your criticism, and especially if you've got evidence that these bureaucrats don't have to show that the laws of the government of Canada apply to everybody physically in Canada. If you've got that evidence, boy, I'll schedule you as a guest on the show, and we'll do a live broadcast, and you can present your evidence. No offense, I'm not holding my breath because, you can't present what doesn't exist. But anyway, you can give it a shot. Again, the show is live every Saturday from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time on lrn.fm and my website, of course, marcstevens.net.
I should refer you to the information circular that we have available. No. It's 98 and then 1R4.
I don't need. How is that going to help?
Which is the tax collection policies, and it does say that legal actions to collect. If you do not pay an amount voluntary, we may take legal actions to garnish, seize assets, and so on and so forth.
Did you just use the word voluntary?
It is, yes.
What makes you think it's
voluntary? We may take legal actions too, and that's in the procedures and guidelines for collections area.
You think that saying to somebody, you pay this or we will punish you and put you in jail, that somehow makes the payment voluntary.
Basically, we file taxes
I didn't
every
ask
year.
you that. Please don't give me the platitudes. I'm asking you, if someone is being threatened, you pay this now, or we will take further action against you, possibly put you in jail.
Okay.
And you think let me finish. You think when you threaten somebody with jail, that somehow when they give you money, that is done voluntarily?
Okay. It does say if you can't pay the full amount that you owe, you may be able to or
Ma'am,
make payment arrangements.
You're avoiding the issue, and I can certainly understand the social pressure you're feeling right now and how horribly uncomfortable you must be. But I am not going to let you off the hook here.
Because I am not in that department. I'm not a collections officer.
You don't have to be. You use the word voluntary. You're trying to explain your policy, and I'm asking you, how is it voluntary when it's done under threat of jail?
I am referring to the tax collections policy that we do have here at CRA.
Yes, okay. How is it voluntary if done on a threat of jail?
I'm not going to answer that.
Of course you're not.
I'm not going to elaborate on that.
And that would be, I think, evidence of your own bad faith. I think it is what's the word I'm looking for? Disingenuous at best for you to try to give me platitudes and start talking about your policy and use the word voluntary. I may be American, but I'm not that stupid that you can try to put over your policy as if doing something on a threat of jail is voluntary. There's nothing voluntary about what you call the tax system. You either give it to us or we will take it and put you in jail. This is thuggery under the guise of government. And
the income tax is a self-assessment system, and we at CRA have to ensure that everybody files properly and so on and so forth.
Why don't you have another? It doesn't sound like you're interested in actually addressing the issue. You just want to dictate what your law says, but you don't have any. Let me ask you a question. Do you have any actual evidence that the Constitution and laws that you're citing have any application whatsoever to the people I'm helping?